Hello everyone, my name's Katie Ewers and I'm a professional careers advisor and life coach, and I'm speaking to you today on another in my self-discovery series, which is associating with looking at your childhood dreams and then looking at your dreams now and seeing where the matches are. Now, I found doing this exercise really useful, and in my work I found that young people have found it useful to do this, as well as career changers. So here we go. What I'm going to do is ask you a series of questions for you to think and ponder on, for you to decide how much your childhood dreams match what you do today. Now, I'm not talking things like I want to be an astronaut. I'm talking things that, may have been unrealistic when we were young, like I want to be an astronaut, or, for me it was like I decided that I wanted to go into acting and maybe music performance and singing, and that was what I always used to dream about as a young person. But it wasn't so realistic, to be honest, because of the way my life went. But I guess if I'd really wanted to push that forward, I could have come some steps towards it. But it wasn't my whole big picture. And I'm going to explain to you as we go on the elements that I loved and wanted to do more of as a young person, or my career aspirations, was to do with performance, delivering a message, having people listen to that message and then feel inspired by that message, educated, maybe entertained by that message. Now, however way you decide to bring that idea into your future life is up to you. Now, it manifested in my younger life as wanting to be in acting and singing and performance, because that was all I really knew. But I found that when I look at my childhood career goals against my career goals now, they have a lot of similarities that link from the past linked to today. Now, some of the ideas involved were a bit naive and childlike, but the base principles are there. So I wanted to do this video to help you guys look at your childhood aspirations, dreams, maybe a childhood dream you've never told anyone else in your life, and then how they compare now to what you want in your current life now, and whether there's any correlations between the two. Now, we all want to have passion in our work, don't we? I mean, the reason I do this channel is I know how difficult and damaging it can be to be doing a career that doesn't fit you. And it's one of the many massive reasons why I'm a careers advisor and career coach. Because no one really wants to work, do they? The very definition of work is something we would rather do less of. Most people want to do something. If they're going to work, they don't really want to work. They want to do something that they're passionate about, something that they jump out of bed to want to do every single day of their life. Mark Twain said the secret of success is making your vocation, doing what you're passionate about, what you're talented at, and what motivates you. And if you look back at some of my other self-discovery videos, you'll find videos on helping you find your talents, helping you find where your motivation is, where your real deep core get up and go comes from, on my motivational maps video and my personality videos that I do, and many, many more. So look at the rest of my videos on my self-discovery series if you're looking for direction and you're looking for the best job for you. So what this one is about looking at your past, looking at your childhood dreams, and seeing from there how that continues on into your dreams or your job that you do today. So, questions for you. It's all about questions now, so I will go past the screens at my own pace, but of course what you need to do is just pause and ponder, really. So think back to your childhood dreams of a future. Grab yourself a drink, relax, sit in the sunshine, anywhere that is your happy place, anywhere that you feel comfortable and at peace. Go there, get some time alone to think. Make sure there's going to be no distractions, okay? Take some time for you Very needed, and a lot of us don't do that at all. So take some time for you to relax, have a cold drink, sit somewhere comfortable and somewhere where you can really have a think and take some time out for you. So first of all, think back to your childhood visions of the future. Okay? Think back to that. Spend a bit of time reflecting back to who you were as a child, the sort of things you loved to do. What were those fantasies that were part of your career? What were those fantasies that you wished you could do more of? Okay, spend some time thinking about that. Now, this is focused really on your career fantasies, but you can use this for other areas of your life too, so you don't have to limit yourself. For the purposes of this video, for careers, what were, as a young person, your career fantasies? Doesn't matter how unrealistic you now believe they are. Think about what those fantasies were and think deeply about what those fantasies included. Okay, what was the things that really got to you about thinking about doing that career? Okay, spend some time on that. And what perfect careers did you daydream about as you were growing up? So what are your fantasies? What perfect careers did you daydream about? That's basically the same question. So answer both or one of those questions, but spend some time thinking about that. Go back to your childhood. Okay. What did you love that you may have left behind? Or maybe you haven't. Next question. How did you feel when you imagined yourself inside your fantasy? In other words, how did you feel when you imagined yourself doing that fantasy career? Spend some time thinking about that. Now back to the present, okay? We're going to your current goals now, okay? What dreams of your future distracts you from the boredom and tedium of life? What do you imagine yourself doing in your future career? Next question. Then look back through your childhood and your current career fantasies, and I bet your life you will see some similarities. For example, now I'm opening myself bare here. As a young person, as I've said, I wanted to perform. I loved to sing and communicate and speak to people, and because it was the only thing that I'd ever really experienced and the only thing I really knew about, I wanted to do acting and singing and performance in front of an audience, communication to an audience, but it had to involve people as well. But as I grew up, I realised, I started all these Amdram groups and thought, well, it's not what I'm performing I'm not interested in. I wasn't interested in reading all the plays, and I wasn't really interested in the storylines of what I was acting and performing. But what I knew I was passionately interested in was personal self-discovery and spirituality, finding your purpose, finding your way. And I thought, how can I mix the two, Thinking about speaking and communicating to an audience, but about a subject I was passionate about, hence what I'm doing here and what I do on my other Soul Explorer channel. Okay, I'm communicating to an audience which has come way back from my childhood, but there was a little snag there. I thought I wanted to do film and TV, but it didn't really interest me. The content of fictional shows and things like that didn't really interest me enough. But then I realised, what about I take my interest, my passion, my motivation, and mix that with my childhood fantasies, and I come to really what is now my current fantasy. And I just found it amazing to see how they all link. So you do the same. You've done your childhood. You've thought back to what you really wanted as a child. You've thought now what you currently want. Now look at them both. Where are the correlations from your past to your future career fantasies? This could be very enlightening for you. What stands out as the most important qualities that made these fantasies, childhood and current, you've got to do both, so exciting. Now, this may take you some time. There's no time limit. No one's watching you. Okay, this is for you. So what stands out as the most important qualities, the qualities that correlate, that match, you think, okay, so I liked that. That's been a part of my fantasy in my past and my current. Okay, so write that down as an important quality. So anything that you still dream about now, even if it's slightly different, write down all the correlations. Okay, childhood and current. This will be good for your self-discovery. Are there any matching important qualities, as I just said, in your childhood and current fantasies? These are the key. This is the key, the bottom line to helping you find exactly what it is that you want to take forward in your career. Are these qualities part of your current career? You know, what do you do now already? You know, are you realizing that a lot of what you're passionate about is in your current career, and maybe just some little tweaks will mean that you could possibly stay in your current career and be happier because now you know what you long for. Or you'll realize, okay, these are missing from my current career. How do I put them into my current career? Or maybe you need to change careers. Or maybe you're a young person that's right at the starting gate. If you are, you're lucky, because now you watching these videos and probably other self-development videos, hopefully, that are going to help you make the most important decision of your life. That and marriage, really, because they're so long-lasting. Career and marriage. Or were your dreams more exciting than your career reality? Have you given up your dreams? Do they exist at all in your present career? Something worth thinking about. If not, why not? And how could you bring it in? Less about the why not, because that's dwelling on the past. More about how can you change what you do or change jobs. But, you know, that's what you phone me for if you need. Okay, you know, you can speak to me, you can question me. Just send me a message. What work would be especially meaningful to you? Now, my video on the motivational maps hopefully should be extremely useful here for you. If you haven't already looked at your deep motivations, what work would be especially meaningful to you? Pull together the ideas from your childhood and your current dreams. Pull together the ideas from any other self-development that you've done, and definitely your motivational mapping answers, what really makes you want to get up in the morning, and what work would use your strengths and abilities. Again, watch my self-discovery series on the Myers-Briggs, the Gardner's talents, the Gallup strengths, the motivational maps. It will pull together into a big picture that will help you a lot. So what work would use your strengths and abilities? What work is especially meaningful to you? Which of these important qualities, meaningful elements, so the important qualities you took from before, so the upshot of you comparing your young and your current fantasies were your meaningful qualities. Okay, so take those, your strengths and abilities, and what motivates you, and pull it all together into a big picture. And then ask yourself, which of these would I like to have as components of my future work? You should now have a list of important elements for your future career, to do with your talents, your interests, your personality, your motivation, your important elements that you've always dreamed about from a childhood up to now. Now it's time to look at that list. Which elements are totally non-bleeding negotiable? You know, they've got to be in your career somewhere, otherwise it's game over. Mark them with maybe a star, or however you want to do it. Then mark those that are important and desirable, but they're not necessarily a deal breaker. And then the third group, you'd like it, but you know, the world won't end if they're not part of your career. So what I'm asking you to do now is prioritize those elements that you've just picked up and written down. Now you've analysed yourself and your abilities, personality, motivators, learning style, your important qualities from your childhood dreams to your current dreams. You've decided on everything, really. It's time to look at what opportunities are out there. Now, if you have any opportunities, any jobs in mind that you don't know anything about, please send me a message and I will do a job profile on that particular career. And if you look elsewhere on my channel, you will see other jobs and careers that I have done videos on too, but don't hesitate to ask me if I haven't done a video on a career that you're interested in. But now it's time to look at those opportunities, and they are out there. It's just a bit of research is all you need. I hope you found my video useful today. I'm a very new channel as a careers advisor. I've always done one-to-one work, so this is the first time that I've brought my work onto YouTube. So I'm a very, very new channel, so please share my channel to other people you think might find it useful. Subscribe, click that bell icon because I'm always updating new stuff. You can email me to ask me questions at katie@careertalents.co.uk, or you can go to my website at Career Talents UK. I also do coaching sessions and readings for people for numerology. So please contact me if you're interested in any of that. I'm going to put links to my Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram in the description box below. As ever, guys, when you're looking for a career, trust yourself only. Trust your own soul, your own faith in your abilities, your motivations and your elements that are just deal breakers in your life. Only you know what that is. See you soon.